Hello, good morning. How are you doing now? Today, I'm going to discuss about the failures of classical mechanics, how the quantum mechanics is introduced based on the failures of classical mechanics. In general, classical mechanics is a science or branch of physics which can deals about the classical objects or the regular objects like persons, chairs, vehicles, etc. And the forces that affect them is called as classical mechanics. The mainly classical mechanics successfully explains the behavior of regular objects by using the Newton's laws like law of inertia, force, and third one, action-reaction pairs. These three laws successfully explains the behavior of various situations if the object is macroscopic point of view. Whereas if the object is microscopic, then the theory's existence is in dilemma. In early 20th century, there are several theories introduced. There are several experiments invented or observed. But these experiments are not able to explain by classical theory. These theories may like photoelectric effect, Compton effect, the black body radiation, or how the materials are classified into conductors, semiconductors, and insulators, or how the materials are classified into the ferro, para, and diamagnetic materials, or how the specific heat of materials is different when you compare with the other materials. So these inventions is not able to explain by using the existing classical mechanics. So we have to use the another method to explain the classical mechanics. These are the general the difference between the classical and quantum point of view. The problems with the classical physics led to the development of quantum mechanics. Classical mechanics fails to explain the stability of atom, black body radiation, photoelectric effect, spectrum of hydrogen atom, or difference in thermal and electrical conductivity of various materials, Compton scattering, dual nature, and uncertainty principle too. Coming to the stability of atom, generally atom is stable and within the atom nucleus is in center position and the electrons are revolving in the particular orbit. But according to the classical mechanics assumption, every orbiting charge producing electromagnetic radiation, this carries energy away, which in turn reduces the energy of the orbiting electron. That mean that after certain interval of time, obviously electron lose its energy and it doesn't make circular orbits. It turn into the spiral path and collapse into the nucleus. But in reality, so atom is stable. Every time electron is revolving in a particular orbit. So why? So obviously the statement of classical mechanics, that is every orbiting charge producing electromagnetic radiation. By using that statement, there is no possibility to give the proper explanation to the stability of the atom. Coming to the black body radiation, so generally in case of classical mechanics, there is an assumption that high energy of the light produced by the electrons vibrating at higher frequencies. High energy of the light produced by the electrons vibrating at higher frequency. That it means that lower wavelength, higher energy, high frequency. So we are expecting the more amount of energy. But in reality, the black body radiation spectra is at lower and higher wavelengths. So the spectra intensity or the energy density is lower. At middle, it's showing the highest intensity or the highest energy density. But the assumptions of classical mechanics, the statements of classical mechanics is not properly explain the behavior of the black body radiation spectra. And we also observed that as the temperature increases, the highest peak wavelength highest intensity corresponding wavelength shifts to lower. That also not able to explain proper. And coming to the photoelectric effect, generally the photoelectric effect is nothing but when light shines on the surface of a metallic substance, electrons in the metal absorb that energy and the electrons escape from the metal surface and it is free. This is called the photoelectric effect. So this explanation is explained by classical mechanics based on the intensity point of view. As you keep on increasing the intensity, then we are expecting more number of electrons will come out from the metal surface. According to the classical mechanics, as the intensity plays a major role, so he assumed that as increasing the intensity, so electron may release. Electron can escape from the metal surface. Experiments saying that, so whatever the light intensity, if the light has a particular frequency, then only there is a possibility to eject the electrons from the metal surface. That is called as threshold wavelength. So this concept is not able to explain by using the photoelectric effect. He mainly concentrated on the intensity but not frequency. But in reality, frequency plays a major role to emit the light. And one more thing, in case of classical theory point of view, so when we use the dim light, he assumed that it takes so much time to emit the electron because dim light accumulate and it should increase the intensity of the light. It takes certain interval of time, then only electron will come out. This is the general assumption of classical mechanics. But in reality, whatever the dim light, if the light has the threshold frequency within 10 power minus 8 seconds, then the electron is coming out from the metal surface. There is no time delay. So this concept is not able to explain by using the classical mechanics. So coming to the Compton scattering, generally Compton scattering is nothing but, so when the photon is scattered by the electron of the target material, then the scattered photon has different wavelength than the incident wavelength. That shift delta lambda is generally taken as h by m0 c into 1 minus cos theta. Here theta is the scattering angle. But in case of classical assumptions, when the photon is absorbed by the electron starts vibrating. That vibrating electron radiate energy in the form of photon, like electromagnetic radiation. So electron frequency must match with the radiation frequency, and the electron frequency depends upon the incident photon frequency. Then obviously, so there is no deviation in the energy point of view, or there is no deviation in the point of frequency point of view of the scattered photon and the incident photon. This is the assumption of classical mechanics. But in reality, so there is a difference in the wavelength or the energy of scattered photon and the incident photon. So this theory is also not able to explain by using the classical mechanics. So all things we put into the single slide. And here the title is like classical versus quantum, how the classical assumptions, how the quantum reality. So all in case of classical point of view, all wavelength radiations are allowed. There is no forbidden and wavelength is continuous. But in case of quantum point of view, the wavelengths are discrete. Not all wavelengths allowed, only particular wavelengths only allowed. The principle is it is explained by using the atomic line spectrum. And classical assumption is for lower wavelength, intensity is more. For lower wavelength, lambda is less, then obviously E equivalents to h nu, that is C by lambda, lambda is less, then energy should be high. So more intensity we are expecting, but the reality, intensity is maximum for a particular wavelength in case of black body radiation. And in case of classical assumption related to the photoelectric effect, as the intensity increases, electron can easily come out from the photometal. But in reality, electron can emit only when the incident radiation frequency is more than threshold frequency. This is also a contradictory statement when you compare with the classical versus quantum, and it is explained by photoelectric effect. So according to the classical, either wave or particle, but both is not at all possible. Whereas in case quantum, so either both wave and particle, that is explained by de Broglie concept of matter waves. And in case of classical, we can know both the position and velocity, and by using the classical rules of Newton laws. And but in case of quantum, either we can able to successfully know either position or the velocity, but not both. So if you want to find it these two, then obviously there is a uncertainty in the measurement. So that is explained by using Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Whatever the theory is, in case of microscopic point of view, so there is no possibility to explain the microscopic behavior of particles by using the classical mechanics, that too by using the Newton laws. So then obviously we have to use the another mechanics or the another science that is related to the microscopic bodies, that it called as quantum mechanics. Yeah, thank you for watching.